So the number one thing you have to do here is go to either a chocolate workshop or the chocolate museum. So we picked the chocolate museum pretty much because it was only €14 compared to the workshops, but we'll see if we should have done the workshop or the museum. We'll let you know how it is.
This museum was such a unique experience. It started off on the actual history of how chocolate was made from the mines and how it started off as like a ritual kind of drink for the gods. And the sacrifices would actually drink this cacao drink before being sacrificed in blood, and then went through how they actually made the cacao drink and how that eventually turned into chocolate milk, and then very interestingly how the French and Spanish and all these royalties started using it and drinking it every single day, and they absolutely fell in love with this decadent and delicious drink we now call chocolate milk. But then the Belgian people refined it even more and then started to make chocolate. And then they started putting it in molds to make it look more interesting, but also commemorate holidays and birthdays. This museum was absolutely fascinating, but probably the best part of the whole museum was there was pretty much unlimited chocolate. You could eat as much as you want, and by the end of it, we were actually rolling out of there. So this is the Papua New Guinea style chocolate. Ooh, it's rich and bitter. What do you reckon, Mum? They also had life-size chocolate statues inside the museum. It was really interesting to show how many cacao trees and how much chocolate it made. We then got to experience firsthand an actual chocolatier making chocolate in front of us. And it was a really interesting process of making the chocolate as thin as possible to get that really nice crunch factor, then filling it with praline, or praline as they would say. And the end product was absolutely delicious. I would highly recommend this chocolate museum to anyone going to Brussels.
So the second thing to do in Brussels is come to the Grand Place, which is this amazing big square. It's actually UNESCO heritage listed, but the buildings here are so beautiful. They've got all these gold details on them.
And so much rich history. Before coming here, we read about all the public executions, weddings, and everything in between that was held in this square. There was so much rich history here, and we loved just walking around and taking it all in. We were lucky enough to be here on a glorious sunny day, and the sun just hit the building so beautifully in the morning, so I would recommend to come in the mornings here. Another thing we found really interesting was all the different styles inside the square. There was Baroque, there was Gothic, and there were some other ones we had never heard of before. But somehow it still felt very well connected, all the buildings, and it just looked amazing everywhere you looked in this square.
Third thing you've got to do is try some Belgian food such as waffles.
What else, Whit?
And a few other things we'll show you coming right up. There was so many waffle places and chocolate shops walking around town, but we really wanted to try waffles somewhere that had chocolate and strawberry, or Nutella and strawberry on it, and this place had really good ratings, so we went with that one. What was the review?
Well, realistically, it's waffles, Nutella, and strawberries. You just can't go wrong. That works.
It was really good though, wasn't it?
Delish.
We hated that.
In my belly now.
We stayed at a super cute little hotel called Maiden Catherine right in the old town, and they had the most delicious breakfast bread while we were there as well. But if you don't stay there, you can also just eat at the cafe there, and they had some really amazing sweets as well. Next thing we really wanted to try was the Belgian fries, so we found this place to get a big cone of fries and actually some really delicious sauce on the side. Oh, you lost half your chips there. It's like being back in America.
That's some really good chips. So crispy and so like...
The sauce is good too, isn't it?
Yeah, the sauce is good.
What's the sauce, Mitch?
The sauce is tomato, vinegar and herbs.
Yum. Number 4 on the list of things to do is to head out of town to one of the cute little towns in Belgium. So today we're in Bruges, and we've also been to Ghent, so we'll show you a little bit about them.
Famous windmills.
We were honestly so impressed with this town. We actually stayed there for 2 nights, which was really great. You probably could do it in a day trip, but we just decided to stay. We weren't sure what the weather was going to be like, just in case it was raining and things like that. And we're glad we did, because there wasn't a whole lot to do in the town, but it was just so cute to walk around. Of course, you've got the delicious Belgian food here, some beautiful architecture, quite a lot of churches and things to see around the town. There's some beautiful garden areas, a really beautiful old square. There's heaps of shopping, quite a lot to do really. We actually filmed a whole separate video about our day trip to Ghent, which we will link in the comments, and we had the best Belgian hot chocolates there, so definitely give that one a watch. Number 5 on the list. We are at the most iconic statue in Belgium, and Brussels is obsessed with this little wingman. His name is Manneken Pis, and we'll show you. Okay, apologies for the mispronunciation. We realised after we filmed this that it is pronounced Manneken Pis.
So the tradition is to actually dress up Manneken Pis every single week. For some reason, he wasn't dressed in a little funny outfit when we saw him.
Okay, so people don't know exactly why this legend got so famous. There's 2 reasons why people think. The first one is they say that the Manneken Pis saved Brussels by peeing on the fuse of an explosive, saving the town. And the second one is that he was peeing on a witch's door, and the witch hexed him, and when he was weeing, they froze him. They froze him in time. So the witch froze him in time. They're the 2 legends, but they don't really know why. But you can see people are absolutely obsessed with him. He's all over town on statues. Look, he's right here. They're obsessed.
Overall, we have loved Belgium, Brussels. Probably, we love Ghent as well. Probably, I think Bruges was our favourite town out of all of them.
Bruges has
just
been
super
beautiful.
cute, picturesque, like everywhere you look. The food has been really good. Obviously, the waffles were a highlight. We really liked the fries as well, didn't we?
Fries were delicious.
Yeah.
That was so good.
And underdog was the chocolate museum. We weren't expecting much from it, and we were really impressed. So we definitely recommend
Coming to
going
Brussels.
there. Visiting.
Overall coming to Brussels. The museum is really nice as well. If you're liking the content, please consider
Subscribing.
See you guys in the next video.